Hey there, how's it going? Here's a friendly reminder. Whatever you're dealing with right now, you're strong enough to get through it. Anyways, let's get back up, and I've got 10 tips that could surprise you, and if any of them do, go ahead and fill in that like button so that the algorithm designates me as one of your preferred candidates. Now let's dive on into the real deal. Tip number 10. There are a variety of ways to take out fabricators in Helldivers 2. The most surprising way that I've heard of so far is with a direct hit from the Eagle's smoke rockets. Shout out to Gaming Velocity who commented this on my last video because I genuinely had no clue how versatile of a tool this stratagem was. But now let's keep this velocity and speed right on into tip number 9. I've never noticed the stratagems that fill up your backpack slot can be scattered throughout the map. I've definitely noticed these malfunctioning hell pods and was always curious about them, but never enough to throw a grenade at it. If you blow these open, you'll get a free stratagem out of it. But speaking of freebies, let's talk about free falling with tip number 8. It's pretty standard in video games for water to stop any type of falling damage. But what surprised me in Helldivers 2 is that it doesn't matter how shallow the water is. Even a puddle you can dive into and prevent all fall damage. But now let's turn to inflicting some damage with tip number 7. It's no secret that there are multiple alternative methods to destroy bug holes in automaton manufactories. The most suggested comment that I get is using hell pods, but it is my own personal belief that this is only acceptable to destroy those fabricators, because if you drop down into a bug hole in a hell pod, you will wind up trapped underneath the map. And while it is perfectly acceptable to give your life for liberty, there are many more efficient ways to take these holes out. But keeping with the theme of efficiency, let's get right on into tip number 6. This tip is here to prevent you from doing the worst thing that you can do in the game, reading the propaganda towers. Take these out at a distance. The new Eruptor rifle is beautiful for this. It can take 2 to 3 shots, so the impact grenade might be quicker. But tip number 5 is all about grenades. The new thermite grenade was added to the game to specifically take out large targets. In its current state, they aren't very good at it, and I'd suggest using the impact grenade to do the exact same thing and leave that thermite grenade on the shelf for now. I believe that it's gonna get buffed. And now let's get on into tip number 4. This one's quick and simple because I thought the razor wire in the game only slowed you down until one time I accidentally laid on it and it slowly killed me over time. But Helldivers aren't the only things that eliminate themselves accidentally, and I'll tell you what I mean in tip number 3. Did you know that the bots and bugs are very prone to self-harm? I've seen bugs blow themselves up, and I've seen bots blow themselves up, and I laugh at them each and every time. So I guess the tip here is be patient. Sometimes your problems take care of themselves, but not too patient. The enemies of democracy won't completely capitulate. So we're gonna get into some efficient forms of eradication with tip number 2. I love having conversations with people in the comment section, and one of the conversations I've had is about people's desire for the flamethrower to be used to burn out bug nests. I have good news for you. It can be, but only big nests with eggs in them. You can eradicate eggs with ease, but destroying objectives is what the most surprising tip on this list is all about with tip number 1. But first, let me take a second to earnestly ask you to enlist today. Now for my final tip. One of the more difficult missions in the game is to eliminate the robot's command bunkers. And an unexpected way of doing this is by using the Quasar Cannon. It takes a lot of shots, but you can get through it. Like, subscribe, all the things I'm supposed to say, but mostly I just hope that you have a wonderful day. Here's some content of mine that YouTube thinks you'll enjoy. Thanks for watching.